go on then, let's give this one another go. This is the Hive Style, an incredibly complex colony style which, unlike your regular colony farm of separate buildings spread around, this one is a large singular structure with all of its buildings interconnected with each other. Now, I'm no stranger when it comes to the MineColonies mod, and I've created a few relatively successful colonies over the time. But this beast, this is one that I have struggled with, because it is a very complicated build and I've made my fair amount of mistakes with it already, and will most likely continue to keep on making those same mistakes, but I do hate leaving projects unfinished. And this is one playthrough that I've always wanted to come back to. So, no prizes for guessing what we're going to do today. Let's jump straight back into it. The colony that we've set up already is somewhat established, and we do have 3 builders within it. We have Onyx here, who is working on a smeltery upgrade at the moment, but is requesting in quite a lot of items towards it. This idiot is a level 3 builder, and to be fair, we probably should start looking into upgrading this to level 4 a lot sooner than later. Which, you know what, let's just do that. We will help him with whatever he needs for the smeltery upgrade, or even construction, because I don't know if we've actually built it or not yet. Then we will supply him with everything he's going to need for a level 4 builders here. The next builder that we have is Cody, and I think he is maybe just downstairs, right in this cell here. Cody is working on a blacksmith hut upgrade at the moment, or it might be a construction. I think this is a level 2 or maybe even level 3 upgrade. I finally found a building, and this is a level 2 building being upgraded to level 3. I see that Cody is going to require an anvil in order to get on with his work here, which just so happens to be taught to the blacksmith. I am not sure how much iron that the colony has. Does that not get taught to the blacksmith? Nope, it gets taught to the mechanic, and I don't think we have a mechanic. This is the industry sector of the hive, I guess, and I'm not entirely sure what buildings that we do have within it. This is the smeltery at least, and it is going up to level 3. I get the feeling that we need to upgrade the blacksmith maybe to level 3 to begin with, so that we can unlock research for the mechanic. Yes, within the university, it is the what you need research, which requires a blacksmith hut totaling at least 3 levels to unlock the mechanic. So I will need to make him the anvil up at the moment until we do get the mechanic up, and in fact, probably just supply him with everything else here that he's going to require. We do have a 3rd and final builder at the moment called Emery, and I think he is in the cell just right at the back here, or she is at least. She is working on a field B upgrade at the moment, which is a farmer's field, and there's a few items here towards it certainly, of which she is requesting in some clay in order to continue working. We have recently just unlocked the Crusher's Hut, which will require an iron ingot in order to make it. That building should be able to help us create some clay. Let us very quickly then make one up after we get in some cobblestone. Then with it, let's get somewhere high here so that we can see what the building is going to look like. When it comes to viewing the buildings for the hive, I have no issues at all of going into creative mode just so that I can properly scope the buildings out. These buildings are normally very complex, and getting them situated right first time around is pretty vital, otherwise we end up screwing things up. So the crusher here is a 2-level but singular cell building that we'll need to place in, which means I will need to find some room somewhere over here for it. You know what? Probably just right here actually. And this is where I am going to make my first of many mistakes here today. But let's see if we can get this into position, which we do need to interlock them, interconnect them here just like that. I believe this is now placed in more or less correctly. We have it flush with the building right beside it. Sure, let's go ahead then with the building. We will get Emery then coming out to construct this for us, seeing as she should be the builder for the industry sector. And I will come to her hut just to cancel the work order for the farm at the moment, the field, sorry, just so that she does put that on priority. It is now night time within the colony, and so long as we don't have anything exposed like this, then mobs should not be able to enter the colony. Right, this is clearly something we're going to need to fix at some point. The whole point of this structure is to be pretty much separated from the rest of the world. So having such glaring open spaces like this, that is definitely just going to invite nasties into the hive. Because the colony style is quite complex to make, I want to make things as easy as possible for myself, mainly just so that I don't get too burned out with it. And to that end, I have added a few other mods to this already busy mod pack, which hopefully will make things easier. So we have the bonsai pots from the Bonsai Trees mod, which is very simple to make, and that will allow us to start growing some wood just within that pot, very similar to a botany pot from other mods that I use, which will save me some time from having to come out here just to chop down some wood from these trees like that, which, yep, I do have a vein miner mod installed, but this still will take time that I could automate. I don't know if the colony has any clay within it at the moment, or even any bricks already pre-made. I will check the warehouse here, which unfortunately it has none, so I will need to quickly head down to the waterbed here just to grab some clay, then we'll make up some botany pots, or bonsai trees. Yeah, I'm probably going to call them botany pots a lot, but it's the same idea. We now have our first bonsai pot, so let's place it down there and see how this works. I assume we just put a sapling into it, which maybe will eventually grow if we give it some soil. Yep, that is really quite quick actually. And as long as we supply it with a hatchet to actually cut down the tree, then we will eventually get out our logs and other goodies. Let's take things up another notch then with the use of yet another mod, which allows me to combine a sapling with, say, some iron to create an iron tree sapling, and you will never guess what we're able to do with it. The only thing is that we are going to require some ore in order for it to grow, similar to soil. So our miner here, Roger, do you have any ore for us? Indeed he does, so I will take one of those out, and I will take some coal as well. So we can now grow iron, and we can grow coal, and whatever other type of mineral that we wish. The only issue with this at the moment is the fact that it will take quite some time just to grow it, which I will change the configs for that so that it is sped up pretty greatly, but yeah. That is certainly going to save a hassle. We have a lot of items here on the list which we will need to fulfill for these idiots, so let's get to it. The blocks of coal are really no issue, and in fact very soon will definitely be no issue. The honey blocks as well should equally be as easy, because we do have a beehive set up here which will give us out our honeycombs. Once we get more of the walls established around the hive, as I upgrade these buildings, Then we will move all of the bees from that little nest into the big nest. Not much point of doing it at the moment with so many ways for them to escape. We will eventually close it up though. I seen that Emery is requesting in a sifter block at the moment for the crusher build. The crusher is clearly then a build which is essentially 2 within one of it, which maybe explains the 2 levels to it. So I get the feeling that the crusher will be on the top floor of it, and maybe the sifter will eventually be on the bottom of it. Which I'm absolutely fine with, because that will save me finding a space for the sifter at another point. And the sifter hut itself is incredibly simple to make. We will require some shroom lights for Cody's build as well, which we clearly have been into the nether at some point. Not sure if we do have any forests around for some easy shroom lights though. And by the looks of the spawn that we have here, yes, this might take a little bit of travelling to find a forest. While fortunately for myself, where I have old depth markers on the map, that is where a forest is. So let's just travel out to these. And I don't even need to do that actually, there's one even closer by. Alrighty then, fast travel time. The final items on the list then to make are some light grey stained glass panes, which we are in the process of making the glass up at the moment. It is just the light grey dye itself that we will need to make. I'm just going to quickly scout around the area to see if we have any oxide daisies around, which indeed we do. Good, so there's another thing sorted for us. I've been looking down the list of the items required for a level 4 builder's hut, and there's a lot of prismarine items as expected. Fortunately though, not too many of each prismarine type block to make it a difficult upgrade, but enough certainly to warrant us going out to find an ocean monument just to grab some. Looking on the world map though, however, I do see that we have, I think that is one right here, but if that is not an ocean monument, then we certainly do have one just a bit further down. I do want to scope out the smaller structure before heading to the main ocean monument, because if it has any prismarine at all within it, that could certainly save a lot of hassle here. And we are pretty much just above it at the moment. Let me quickly swim down to see. Oh yes, we do have prismarine and those chaps. This is a desert temple, but made out of prismarine and under the water. So does that mean that there are some goodies further down here? By the looks of it, there certainly is. Although what form of traps are going to await us down there? I think magma blocks suck us down. Yes, they do. And this may have been a mistake. No, I think we're okay so far. I might just tuck myself into the side. That's a lot better. Apart from the fact I'm now drowning. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Right then, temple, what do you have here for me? Dark prismarine and sea lanterns and a backpack. Don't mind if I do. That backpack could not have come in at a better time. And I think whatever trap that was here, I've managed to break accidentally. There's a dispenser with stuff in it. And another chest with even more goodies. Alrighty then, well that's not too bad treasure that we found here, and I also found a fortune-free enchanted book. So this has definitely been a worthwhile adventure out to this at least. Getting back out may prove to be a bit more problematic, unless I just cheese it. Yep, that will do absolutely nicely. Let's give this place a little bit of a vein mine, and that's exposed a lot of prismarine for us. which should hopefully be enough for these idiots' upgrades. Let's maybe return. Well, at least it was a quick way back. Before we check in on the progress our builders have made, I have seen on the open request list that Roger was requesting in some ladders. Onyx was not requesting in any items before I got back here, so I thought we only had ladders to go. So I will deal with those first, which we just simply teach to the sawmill here. Which that is nice and easy. Now onto these less than easy blocks. Well, above us, Cody has just finished with the blacksmith's hut, so I believe that is now up to level 3, which is nice. So let's start the research then to unlock the mechanic's hut. Onyx requires another shroomlight and some nether gold ore, so we're straight back here for some of those. He is also going to require another block of iron alongside 3 blocks of gold, which I do think we have some gold handy at least. And as we are making up these blocks here, that is Emery just completed the Crusher's hut. And they have moved on to upgrade their own builder's hut to maybe level 3 here, I believe. Which is grand and has reminded me that we need to get Cody upgrading his hut to level 4 next. We have a few more blocks here on the list to fulfill for our idiots, of which I think we can teach the colony some of those recipes. The blacksmith or the stonemason should be able to make blast furnaces for us. The stonemason has learned that recipe. We will need in a stone smeltery in order to turn stone into smooth stone, however, which again I think that is a building that we need to unlock. Let me go check in on the research. Yes, the research is the flint stones, and this will unlock the stone smeltery, but will require the smeltery itself being at least 3 levels, which is what Onyx is working on at the moment. But he is going to require in these items in order to make it. An annoying chicken and egg situation that we then have with this. Or, in other words, I will need to go make it. I seen that we had some flower pots on the list as well there, which is again another easy recipe here to the stonemason. Well, it would have been if it wasn't full of recipes here at the moment. So we will need to upgrade the building here at the moment in order to give it some more recipe slots, but in the meantime I will need to make them up. We will also require the stone smeltery being up in order for us to start smelting clay down into bricks. So yep, we will really need the smeltery up so that we can unlock that research. Come to think of it, do we even have any spare idiots who have become our crusher? No, we do not have any spare idiot in the colony at all, which probably means that we are at our max population at the moment until we upgrade or place down some more houses. Right, this is getting rather complicated rather quickly. And I suppose I best go take care of this barbarian raid then, otherwise our idiots will not continue working here today. Northeast is in this direction here, and in fact, I can already see them coming in. A total of 5 of them. Make that 6 of them, but now it's 5. Right, chaps, very much appreciate this, but we've got work here to do today. 1 raider left, and then we can get straight back to it. The last remaining items on the list at the moment are for 2 shroomlights. Again, spoke too soon clearly. I will deal with those other blocks momentarily, but for now though, I do have some other bonsai pots up here, which should give us out some shroomlights as well. So there's another thing automated for us, brilliant. And this should then be Onyx 100% supplied for the level 3 smeltery upgrade. Whilst we have been running about dealing with raids and supplying other idiots' requests, I see that Cody has moved on to upgrade a guard's tower. I would prefer him upgrading his builder's hut to level 4, but protection probably isn't a bad call here. And to be fair, he is building this at a pretty fast rate, so good job then Cody, I will just let you get on with it. Emery now has everything that they require for the level 3 upgrade to their own builder's hut, and in fact I think we are about, well, pretty much done with it. Yep, there it is. So let's actually get you straight on to a level 4 upgrade next, and you may be the first one up to level 4, depending on what you pick up next. The stonemason, well, that's pretty important as well actually. Cody is putting in the torches towards finishing off the guards tower. There it is, thank you very much pal, and with any luck, he will move on to go pick up his own level 4 builder's hut next. Which indeed he has. Perfect. And that is Onyx just finishing off with the smeltery upgrade. So this is now at level 3, which means we can come in and start the flintstones research for the stone smeltery, and eventually those lungs research to unlock the glassblower's hut. Onyx has now moved on to pick up his own level 4 builder's hut upgrade, so next time, level 4 baby.